this child that has seen this and now he or she turns out to be the violent person, is it that it's subconscious, or they don't, it's not that they made a decision?
It is just me reliving what was put in me when I was young. And it opens a new way of looking at things.
Hello everyone, welcome to Simama Talks. My name is Celestine Ashohe. It's yet another beautiful day for us to have a conversation on mental health. Have you been learning from other episodes? If you've not watched the other episodes, please go back and watch the episodes, because the amount of learning on gender-based violence, on mental health is massive. And tell us, have you learned? What have you learned? Have you been having conversations on GBV? Because we say we need every voice. How do you come in on Simama? How do you come in on conversations to do with gender-based violence, Vulma Akidensia? You come in by offering your voice to have conversations with your friends, at school if you're in school, at home. Let's have the conversations, because we are saying if we do not have these conversations, Vulma Akidensia itaendelea. Now that's not what we want. We want to eradicate any chances of gender-based violence. So today I am glad because I have one lady by the name Dr. Rose. We had her before and we learned so much. We learned on teenagers, we learned on healing, on perpetrators. And also today, she's pouring knowledge to us. So be ready, jitayarishe kweli kweli. But before she introduces herself, remember to contact us through this number right here. WhatsApp us, call us, or even SMS us, and let us know where you're watching us from. Would you want to come here and share? Would you want us to come to your place so that we can cover your story? Or even get us through our email, gashoecelestine@gmail.com. Continue watching the episodes, continue following us on our socials. Let's have conversations. And without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Rose. Karibu sana Dr. Rose.
Thank you, Celestine.
Thank you sana kwa kukubali kuja tena. Tunashukuru sana.
Thank you for having me.
We are learning so much. For the people that do not know you, you can introduce yourself. Utuambie wewe ni nani, unafanya nini, and why you are here.
Thank you. I am delighted. I am happy to be here. My name is Dr. Rose Muragori. I am a psychological counselor. I practice in Juja, directly opposite Juja sub-county offices at Dr. Rose Counseling Services, right on the highway, first floor of Imani House. You'll see our red banner there. It's very, very conspicuous. Bring us your issues, let us process them, let us thrash out, let us encourage mental health. World Health Organization says there is no health without mental health. At Dr. Rose Counseling Services, we say we unlock your potential. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is it a quote? There is no health without mental health.
Yes.
It's very deep. It is very deep. Like most of us, I'm sure we've not seen it like that. Because tukiongenga health, tunafikirianga malaria, cancer, vitu zenye tunajuanga zina happen, but mental health inakuanga ni kama imekuwa huko nyuma.
Yes.
Na ni muhimu sana tuilete mbele. Because when you're not mentally stable, you don't make decisions, like sober decisions.
Correct.
Haya, let's talk about our homes.
Yes.
What conversations are we avoiding at home that really affect us? Na tunazi avoid ni kama haziko na ziko.
Homes have many hidden things. There are as many as there are homes in this world, and as complex as they can be, and as simple as they can be. One issue that I find affecting children, and sometimes we don't think it affects them, is conflict between parents.
Okay.
When there is violence at home, when there is father fighting mother, mother fighting father, physically, emotionally, financially, even spiritually, sometimes we don't think of the children.
Yeah.
And even as we go out and talk about the issues in our family, you find a woman talking about, my husband did this. My wife is like this. None of them ever puts children in that context.
Nawako.
And they are there, and they are heavily affected. So one of those issues that we have in our families is violence. How does violence in the family affect children? Another issue possibly, it could be these violations of sexual nature of children, or even of within the marriage. Yeah. People say that there is no rape within marriage, but apparently there is rape within marriage. Yeah. It's another issue that we don't talk about, and many others. I don't know which one you want us to talk about today.
We're going to talk about GBV because mostly we are talking about dhulma ya kijinsia, and you've actually touched on them.
Yes.
When we talk about, we are not talking about them. Sana we talk about, yes, kuna violence, but watoto ni kama wanakuanga wamekuwa nje. But they are the center. Yes. Because they are there, they are watching, but they do not have, they are not in a capacity to say no, ama what is happening. They don't actually sometimes understand, but it's affecting them. How can we teach these children like emotional skills on how to cope? Is it even possible to teach them?
Yes, it is possible. Unfortunately, it is an unfortunate situation that children find themselves in because they are affected by issues that they have no control of, they have no knowledge of. When daddy comes home and he's possibly intoxicated from one drug of entertainment or the other, and it's violence, it's verbal, it's physical, it's all manner of violence. They don't understand. When he comes home and says, hapa ni kwangu, kila mtu atoke, wanajiuliza, tunatoka tunaenda wapi na hapa ni kwetu? Hapa ni kwako ndio, lakini hapa ni kwetu. There is no other home we know as children. So where do you want us to go, daddy? Or where do you want us to go, mommy? You know, like situations where you have families that are headed by the mothers. Sometimes the children are also they encounter that kind of violence. So children are affected, heavily so. But there are coping skills that we can teach them, or we teach them. One of them being accepting that situation, that there is a conflict. There's something that is wrong between your daddy and mommy in the family. There is something that they're not agreeing about. Maybe it is money. Maybe it is relationships. One cheating on the other, it's popularly called. Maybe it's one form of disrespect or the other. We teach the child that it is happening. Accept that situation, that is happening in the family. Normally, acceptance is the bottom, is the foundation of healing. If you deny, then you're living in denial, you don't find healing. It's like setting up a house that doesn't have a good foundation. You accept that families are good and your family is good, but like all families, there are some conflicts that are arising between mommy and daddy. In the family, the other thing that we teach children, or we skill children in, is that wherever there is conflict in the family, they shouldn't blame themselves. Remember, they are a fruit of this family. And when they came into being, they found mommy and daddy already together. And whatever they are having conflicts about, they are not the reason, they are not the cause. These are two adults that have their own issues, and they have the capacity to solve their issues without involving the children, ideally so. But sometimes ourselves as the adults, that is the mother and the father in the family, we are unable to delink our issues, kind of take our issues to the bedroom and leave peace, comfort, and harmony and happiness with the children in the sitting room and their bedroom and the kitchen. So when the adults bring in their issues into the children's life, the children feel like we are to blame, which ideally is not the case. The third thing, other than telling the children that they are not to blame, the other thing that we teach or skill children in is that they don't have the capacity to stop the violence, because this is violence that is, they don't have the responsibility, that is the word. They don't have the responsibility to stop the violence in the family.
Yeah.
Whether it's mommy being beaten, whether it's daddy being beaten, it is not their responsibility to stop. What we teach children to take care of is themselves. When now this violence has started, instead of being there pulling daddy and mommy apart and getting hurt in the process, can they find a safe corner within the home, within the house, where they can retreat to, and maybe in the bedroom, safe space for them, and until this has now cooled off. Because maybe the violence may be as a result of something that the child did. Maybe the child broke something that belongs to one parent, and this parent is unable to separate the act from the child and the other parent, and therefore they get enmeshed in this mess. So if the child comes in between or in the mix of this violence, they can even be kicked hard or be hurt, or now the perpetrator or the angered person or the person who is feeling offended finds an easy object now to vent onto, and they get hurt more. Yeah. So we encourage children that when this violence has started, just retreat to your safe corner. Have a safe corner in your home. It could be your bedroom, it could be your kitchen, it could be somewhere away from where the real action is. Because that way you give them space to express themselves. But on the adults, because we say it is the responsibility of the adults to ensure that the children feel safe in the home, please take your issues away from the children. If you really must fight, you feel you must tear each other, send the children away. If you really can't hold it, just make sure that the children are away. Ideally, that is not good. Instead of all these hula baroo in the home, one of you can choose to walk out. And walking out does not mean leaving the family. It could just mean going away for 1 or 2 hours. Go and see cars, friends, trees, walk. Come back when the anger has gone down. And whoever has been left, don't, again, when they come back, don't escalate. It's like, we had paused, can we continue? No, let it be a new, a different environment. Yeah. Because children get hurt by violence in the family, but they never ever will tell. It's not easy for a child to go telling everybody or telling other people that, daddy and mommy are always fighting. They will do that when they are small ones in nursery school. Yeah. But once they get to know how the family image is supposed to be protected and all that, they keep quiet and they lock these things inside their hearts all through. And sometimes this trauma comes to manifest itself when now themselves they are adults. You find that a boy whose mother was beaten all the time gets to now beat the wife because that is how they were socialized. That is how male behave in the family. That is how we grew up. And anyway, even if she was beaten, we still grew up So I'm beating you up to straighten you up like daddy did to mommy, and the children will still grow up. So these are some of the things that happen when children grow in a violent home.
Wait, so when you're teaching these children, are you teaching them when they're still in these violent homes? Ama they're out?
What happens in my practice, what I do is that once a couple comes, because it is not easy for a child to come for counseling to say that I am here because my parents are fighting. It will come in as a domestic issue, as a couple or a marital issue.
Yeah.
And in the process of the therapy, you realize that these two have they are violent in front of their children at home. So that is when now you ask them, can we also have the child or these children, so that we also take them through a session so that they are able to learn to cope. And some parents bring them, other parents do not want to bring them. And what we do, we build the skills within the parent. That now that you are here, just know that even as we resolve this, it is good we are resolving this, but also know that so far, so bad, or so much damage has been caused to your child. Could you go and do 1, 2, 3 to undo or to heal this child? Yes.
Wow. So when you talk about this child that has seen this, and now he or she turns out to be the violent person, is it that it's subconscious, or they don't? It's not that they made a decision. It just happens that they become violent.
You remember? Let me take you back to childhood.
Yeah.
Remember the way your mama used to serve you food, how she used to cook, how she made the githeri. As you grew up, nobody needed to remind you to cook it the same way.
Oh yeah, you just do it.
You just continue.
Yeah.
Alikuonyesha washing utensils, unaanza na glass. Who told you? Who told you? Who reminded you when you got into your house to continue doing that? It is the same. You grow up with violence. Even as you age, it is part of you. It is just part of you.
So inaendelea, si ati hata
what happens, why it looks like it has stopped, is because you are not in a space to express it.
Okay.
But once you get in the space to express it, and this is the situation now where you get married, you just, now that kicks in. It's like a reminder. It just kicks in and tells you, when you were young, this used to happen in the family, and therefore, now that you're in your family, this now is supposed to happen. It's just in the mind. It's stored in the subconscious mind, and you don't even realize. And well, even as violence comes into your new family, you think it is something new. Sometimes you're not even able to remember you used to have the same in the family. Sometimes we get clients, and when we process a client and we take the client through their background, they realize, this is why I am like this. So this is not necessarily because my wife is bad or my husband is, is impossible to live with. It is just me reliving what was put in me when I was young. And it opens a new way of looking at things. Yeah. They stop looking at, now the problem is this spouse, and they start looking at themselves. How do I process this trauma, this childhood trauma that I have carried all through?
Wow. In such a case, can someone heal fully?
Healing is possible. It takes time, it takes effort. Takes time, takes effort. And healing starts by now recognizing that. And once you recognize that, now you work towards that. If, for example, I take you through your family of origin trauma, and you realize that my father or even my grandmother, grandfather, they had anger issues. And this anger issue is what would make them now become violent on their spouse, would make them become violent on their children, who are now my mother, my father, or my uncles, my aunties. And that now has been, has the first generation of my grandfather's children are my parents. And they also have carried that. And we have lived with them, socialized in that kind of violence, and now we are raising our children, we are raising our family, we are treating our spouse using that same script. So you realize that it is not the issue of my spouse, it is not the issue of my children, but my issue of anger management. So in that way now we take you through emotional intelligence.
Okay.
So that you are able now, wherever you feel that urge, that anger, that violence, that physical way of resolving a conflict, it dawns on you that now I am wiser, I know better, I am in better control of my emotions because I have gone through emotional intelligence.
Wow. Let's pause there, and when we come back we will talk about emotional intelligence, because tumesikia sana. For me, I've heard it so much. You don't have emotional intelligence, Nini. We'll come back and then we'll understand what is emotional intelligence and how we can learn even as adults as much as we are teaching our children. Kwa sababu tuko wengi ambao we are struggling na hiyo emotional intelligence. So I want to learn. I hope you want to learn as I do. Thank you so much for keeping it here. Thank you for, engaging with us. If you really want to come here and share your story, or you want to come and, be part of us, teach us something, remember to call us on this number right here. WhatsApp us, message us, or call us, or even reach us via our email, gashohecelestine@gmail.com, or our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, Kiambu TV, or Celestine Gashohe, or Simama Initiative. Usiende mbali kwa sababu tunarudi na Dr. Rose. See you soon. Simama, usiogope wewe. Simama, wewe ongea wewe. Simama, usiogope wewe. Tukomeshe ukatili wa kijinsia. Welcome back to Simama Talks. I am your host, Celestine Gashohe. Thank you for keeping it here. Tunashukuru sana that you're engaging with us, that you are finding Dr. Rose very informative, and I am finding her that too. So remember to continue following us on our socials and engage with us. Let's know, what are you learning? Uko wapi? Una learn nini? Are you having conversations about GBV? Because it is important that we do. So we'll go back to our conversation with Dr. Rose. We had said utatuambia what is emotional intelligence.
Let me put it very, very, very simply and very, very briefly.
Yes.
Emotional intelligence. We can have a working definition as being able to know when you are about to get angry.
The recognition.
Yes, you recognize when you are able to get angry. You recognize when you are able to do something that you will not be happy about. You look back, the word is regret.
Oh, so just before you do the thing,
yes,
you can drop everything and just walk away.
Yes, brake, stepping on the brake pedal.
Okay.
That
and
is
so
what it is.
When you say someone doesn't have emotional intelligence, they go all the way.
Yes.
Kama ni kisu amechukua ameenda kudunga, there was no moment of ebu stop. Think what is happening.
Yes.
And why don't we have emotional intelligence?
We all have the capacity to have emotional intelligence, but sometimes the emotions run faster than logic. It's the part of the brain there's a part of the brain that controls emotions. It races fast on an action that you want to take and kind of blocks the reasoning part of the brain. Emotions and then reasoning is blocked. But now when there is intelligence, you feel the anger, but again the reasoning sets in quickly. Like it's like you see something blocking, crossing the road, and you are right. You're right on the road. You're driving your car, and you're able to step on the brake pedal.
Okay.
If you are not in control of yourself, that's when you go sweeping everything on the road.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, that's how the brain works.
Wow, that's amazing.
To put it simply for everybody's
to understand.
Everybody's understanding.
So having emotional intelligence is when you can, stop and just be like, nah,
yes.
This is where I draw the line. Nisiendele.
Yes.
Does our upbringing affect our emotional intelligence?
It does.
In what way?
If you are brought up in a family where maybe your parents were throwing words at each other. If one throws this word, the other one does, the other one this, the other one a bigger word, and then the mountain builds, that is what you know. So that is what you are going to do. But if you are brought up in a family where people don't shout, even if there is an argument, people don't raise their voices, you will be calm in looking at...
Even solving.
Yes, and that way you don't raise emotions. If you are brought up in a family where maybe one parent was more aggressive or is more aggressive in terms of in a conflict situation, in terms of quick to anger, quick to throw a punch, quick to throw things around, quick to shout, and the other party is quiet and calm, then you're likely to pick either of the two. Depending on, you can combine the two. Depending on who you admired. Who did you admire? Is it that calm, collected daddy whose wife was all over the place, but daddy was just there calm? Who did your mind appeal to? Then you become that kind of, you copy. It's copy-pasting kind of. We say monkey see, monkey do in psychology. So you tend to pick on the behavior that appealed to you.
So for emotional intelligence, we get it from the environment. When you umezaliwa, your environment, you will pick whatever your mind will, itapatana nayo and what you admire.
Yes.
So wakiwa wote wako emotional, like the intelligence is not there, most likely you will pick.
Chances are that you will also be that kind of character.
But is there a chance that you can hate the shouting and the violence and all that and be on this other side?
Yes.
There's a chance.
Yes. There is a chance. Let me give maybe a more practical example, a more frequently occurring example. You see, in families where we have an alcoholic father,
yes,
or an alcoholic mother, and maybe there are two children in this family. One child becomes an alcoholic. The other child says, given what I have seen my father or my mother go through because of alcoholism, I will never touch alcohol. And they live like that. It is the same with this other behavior of emotional intelligence.
Okay, okay. So it is possible for you to be from a violent family and turn out not to be.
Yes, you turn out to be calm.
Wow.
It's not always that violence begets a violent child. This child can be different because they have seen, they are able to reason. They don't want to be what they have seen. They want to be different. And this is now where the society and other forms of learning environments come in. Maybe they have learned in this, they have grown up in this violence, but now in the society they also learn that it is possible to have a home without violence. Maybe because they know the neighbors, maybe because they have been taught in church, maybe because they have read in books, maybe because they have watched such videos. Yes.
Wow. Let's go to parenting. Tukiwa wadogo tukilelewa millennials, we know how tulipigwa. Tulipigwa kweli kweli. And right now when you look at social media, there's a lot of soft parenting.
Yes.
But let's talk about violent parenting. Kuna ile kupigwa ya kuwekwa line, but kuna ile violent, ile kuna ile watoto walikuwa wanapigwa hadi unajua huyo kabisa amepigwa sana.
Yes.
Can that lead you to be a violent person to your partner later in life?
Yes, it can.
So it's not only you seeing your parents, it can be direct to you.
Yes. Because
wow.
You have been told in your mind, there is subconscious mind that at least whose memories flood, they come into play when needed later in adult life, and we are not even aware of them. So this, if you grew up and you are told the way of your upbringing was you have made a mistake, viboko. And I say viboko, violence.
Kichapo.
You know, kichapo, Swahili wanasema kichapo cha
chapunda.
Yes.
Napigwa.
Yeah. So you might pick that, or you could easily pick that and practice it in future. But one thing that I encourage your generation and the millennial, the Gen Z, and now the Alpha, to always remember is that most probably that which you went through as a child from your mother, from your father, is what they learned from their parents. That is the cup from which they could pour from. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah. So whatever they had is what they poured on you, because that is what was poured on them. Remember,
that was it. Ni inaendelea tu.
Yes. If you sit down your parent, who you think was going overboard in terms of disciplining you with a cane, they'll tell you similar stories happened to them. And even there before, the previous generation, remember now, we are coming from the Mau Mau freedom fighting and the colonization.
Yeah.
And our grandfathers, they really went through tough times,
yes.
Violence. That trauma is still being carried through us. Because your grandfather experienced that. That is how he raised your parents. Your parents were raised using that violence. That is how they raised you. Now, things are changing because there is more information coming into the world. There is the right of the child. There are all these other, you're calling them soft parenting skills. There is children participation. Our parents grew up where they were supposed to do and not to speak. And if you didn't do to the book, according to the book, you are in for trouble. But
yes.
But these days, the children, parenting is changing. So it is up to us to change with the times, because if we don't change, our children are also challenging us.
Yeah.
I come from a generation of two. I have two children. And one of them says, I was raised by a teacher. The other one says, I was raised by a humanitarian worker. Raised by a teacher, kiboko, the government even had a prescription, ya kiboko, in schools. You know, things have changed.
Yeah.
Because now these days, there's no beating. There's no caning. When we went into teaching, and even when we were students, there was a prescription of caning, disciplining a child. There was a size of a cane, the weight of a cane, 6 of the best for the girls, 6 of the best for the boys at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you can see where these parents are coming from.
Wow.
It was caning at home, caning in school, and even in the community, it was caning. I remember when I was a little girl, and there was this car that was crossing the road. You know, the way you moved away from the road, and a vehicle now is coming, you are there, and then I decided suddenly to cross the road. That vehicle stopped. That woman gave me a thorough beating. That is community. So we grew up being beaten in school, beaten in the community, and even in the church.
This woman.
You know, even in the church, the catechists, the teachers. Yes. That is where we are coming from. That's why there is a lot of generational violence in people carried forward from one generation to the other. But now things are changing. Yeah. Because the children we are raising these days will challenge you. They'll ask you, but why are you beating me? Teacher said there is no caning. They are getting that information from TV, from the social media. They know it is not right to cane a child. Yeah. They know these days you don't tell the child 1, 2, 3, 4. They are calling it participation. You may think that you have a good idea, and you bring them a pair of shoes, and for us, if you brought a shoe, you said thank you. These days, mami sikutaka kama hii, you know, it's different. Yeah. So that is how things are changing, and that is how parenting is changing. That is why you're calling it soft skills. But let us, as parents, not be soft-skilled parents, but maybe soft and fair. By soft, we are eliminating the pain, the violence, but fairness, that one is standard. That one shouldn't change.
Yeah. Tell us about us trusting our parents again. Maybe you feel like your parent really beat you so much, and especially our age mates like millennials, unapata wengine hawaongeleshi wazazi. It's like mtu alitoka form 4 out. You know, the bitterness of nilipigwa sana. They don't see how sawa mbona mlikuwa mnanipiga. And as you're saying, hii kupigwa hii kutoka sahi hata wao walipitia. How can we earn or even our parents earn our trust again? Na pia sisi tu trust zao.
It's normally easier to teach a young dog new tricks. So I want to appeal on the millennials and the others, younger than millennials, the Gen Zs, that understand, like we have explained, understand where your parents were coming from. And know that that is the best they thought was good for you. They didn't know better. Yeah. Now we know better. Now you know better yourself as a millennial. You are able to look at your parent and look at them from that perspective. They will still not look at you from that perspective. In fact, sometimes when you go home and you are like too soft to your child, they'll tell you, na mtoto uchapwa kidogo, but you know better. So understand them from that perspective. Yeah. One, respect because they are parents. Whether they did wrong or not, they will never change. You will never have a replica. Yeah. And 2, be kind to yourself to forgive them. Because when you forgive them, it is kindness to yourself. You stop carrying that baggage. Yeah. Reconcile with them. Because the longer you carry that bitterness, the longer you carry that hurt, it hurts you more than it hurts them. And why it hurts you more than it hurts them? Because you know that there is forgiveness, you know where they are coming from, you know how you can better that relationship. Relationship with a parent shouldn't ever be taken for granted, and there is really nothing like running away from a parent, because parents carry blessings for us. And even if we detach ourselves from them, there comes a time in your quiet moment you say to yourself, I wish mommy was here. Particularly now when they pass on. Yes, let's be forgiving people. We forgive ourselves, we forgive the parents, so that we are able to understand them. Again, there comes a time when you don't need to carry everything you have been told, or you carry that bitterness with you. Learn to let go. Learn to sit, like you sit next to a river and so has offended you. You tell yourself, for all the hurt that so-and-so has taken me through, I throw it in this river and let it go. You breathe it out, let it go, and you breathe in forgiveness, breathe in love, breathe in happiness. Because again, when you carry this bitterness, it erodes your happiness. When you're not happy, mental health issues set in. And once you're not all right mentally, we get psychosomatic issues. This is when you start getting ulcers, blood pressure goes up, blood sugar goes up, all these mountain of other problems come. But when you are okay up here, the rest of the body flows.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see that our time is far gone. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Rose, and I hope we'll have you again. We'll have you again, maybe in a panel, or just you alone. We have the conversation, because I've learned so much. Maybe you can give us your parting shot.
Thank you. I'm happy to have had the session with you. Time moves so fast.
Very good.
I wish to introduce my book, Teenagers Hurt and Heal. This book, I have written it from my experience as a teacher, as a parent, as a counselor, and it's a book worth 500 shillings. You get it from me on 0722 562 557. 0722 562 557. I'll deliver it once you get in touch with me. I am located at Dr. Rose Counseling Services in Juja, directly opposite Juja Sub-County offices, first floor, Imani House. You're welcome. Mental health is our wealth, and at Dr. Rose Counseling Services, we say we unlock your potential. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for being here. I hope you've learned. If you need this book, I'm going to get it. If you need this book, I don't think you need it when you have a teenager. You need it. Yeah?
Everybody
to even
does.
Heal your teenage years.
Yes.
I'm going to have it and I'm going to read it. And just share with my other friends and other people. Thank you so much, Dr. Rose, for coming, for pouring your knowledge into Simama Talks. Tunashukuru sana. May God bless you. We hope that we'll have you again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you have learned. Tuandikie, tuambie, what have you learned? Would you want to see Dr. Rose? Because you need to see her. Amewapea how you can find her. And we will be glad also, kama umesahau this information, call us by this number na tutakueleka kwa Dr. Rose. If you want us to come to your place so that we can have conversations, if you want to come here in studio to share your story, reach us via this number, and also via gashoecelestine@gmail.com, or our social media platforms on Kiambu TV, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, or Celestine Gashohe, or Instagram and TikTok, Simama Initiative. Tuendelee to have these conversations. Don't let your voice be silenced, okay? Dhoma ya kijinsia lazima kila mtu achangie. We have to have all the voices so that we can eradicate any forms of GBV. Asanteni sana kwa kuwa nasi. Continue supporting us, continue having conversations, continue telling us what you're learning and what you'd want us to have, or who you would want us to have here in studio. Asanteni sana. God bless you.